Hi there, hope you're having a great day. So I wanted to make this fun little project on this MacBook from 2010. I wanted to use the latest version of Logic and see if I was able to make a track from scratch using pretty old hardware. I had some rules before I started out. Rule number one was that I was only able to use the included instruments and effects of Logic Pro X. The reason is that I'm selling this template on my website and I want everyone to be able to open it that owns Logic Pro X. The other rule, I'm not sure if I wanted to follow it to the letter, but I was able to do that. The track should be able to play on this Core 2 machine in real time without freezing any tracks. And to be able to do that, you have to do some quality settings and some adjustments and just some thoughts when you lay out the track. And I think I've been able to do that. So this video today will show you this track and how I made it, some of my mixing decisions, and yeah, just what I have done. But before we do so, maybe you will want to hear a preview. So we will do that, and I will try to mix in the audio in editing. So let's take a listen. Yeah, I think that's enough for today, and obviously this is playing in real time. But let's reposition the camera and film this Mac, because I don't have any more CPU cycles to use any screen recording software. So let's go through each and every track and then the mixing and see what I have done. Let's take a look. Okay, here we go. So now we are inside the project. The project has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks, and I thought we could just go through each and every track quickly and then go to the mixing part and see what I have done in the mixing. Drum kit is a default drum kit included in Logic. In this case it's this drum machine sample or patch, and it contains different types of samples, and this is what I have used in this track. There's a kick, toms, hats, and yeah, different kind of samples. When you add this track, it also adds this effect chain. I haven't done that much to this effect chain, but I'm going to talk about the effects later on. So that's one of the tracks, and then we have something called percussion. This is actually a Alchemy sample or a Alchemy patch. It sounds like this. So it's just some percussion and played with the kick and bass, or with the drums. It sounds pretty cool. And then we have bass. In this case it's played by ES2. They included the synth in Logic. And then we get to the melody part. Here I have a track called the Melody Low End. This is the arpeggiated melody, but the low end part of it, so it's kind of sits a little bit above the bass in the frequency spectrum. But we can solo it here, and you can listen to it here in the build up over here. Excuse me, this one. And then we get to the actual synths. The synths are played using Alchemy, and they sound isolated. They sound like this. Then we have another layer, sounds like this. And then I when I made this track, I connected my external audio interface into this Mac and my synth, the Moog Subsequent 37, and I recorded this part. Yeah, that's a WAV file, and that's of course included in the template if you want to get it. Then there's a noise sweep. That's just a simple synth, which is automated a bit. It's ESP, this one, and it sounds like this. So that's all of the tracks, and now I thought we could take a little look at the mixing. For the drum kit, this is a drum kit that's included in not Ableton Live, this is Logic now. This is included in Logic, so it adds all of these effect chains automatically. I've not done much changes here, except I think I increased the compression a little bit, or the threshold for the compression. Other than that, it's basically stock. For this track, it's a percussion, I call it a percussion track. It's played by Alchemy, and there's just a patch I thought sounded pretty cool, and yeah, that's basically it. Mixing wise, you can see that I have EQ'd out some of the low end, and I also have taken away some around 500 Hertz there. I also send this to a delay and to a reverb send effect, which is over here. The reverb is the stock reverb in Logic Pro, and tape delay, stock delay in Logic Pro. As for bass, I use ES2, and I use a included patch which I have modified a little bit to make it a little more punchier or snappier. I did some modification on the envelopes here, and I also reduced the cutoff a little bit to make it just sound a little bit better, in my opinion. So, bass patch, I used the included bass patch in Logic, and I did some adjustments to it. Melody low end is played by this ES2 as well. I used the original patch called Translead. And in addition, I also made some changes to this Translead. Not that much, but I did some changes to the envelopes to make it more plucky. So I think I reduced the decay a little. Yeah. So that's basically what I did with the melody there. And plucked 1 and plucked 2 are two different patches played by Alchemy. And to be able to make this be played in real time, I have set the quality settings on Alchemy to draft over there, and also on the other one here, I have set it to draft. If you use this template yourself, you could try to set it to ultra. It may work. You just have to see. Your mileage may vary. I am using the internal effects on Alchemy here to save some CPU. I do not send them over to the send effects here. So the reverb and delay are the reverb and delay in Alchemy. The Moog track, this is recorded from my synthesizer. This is a patch I made and I have used in many different tracks. I really like it, and yeah, I think it. I did some real-time adjustments to the cutoff and release and multi-drive when I recorded this into the track. just to make it a little more unique. And then we have the noise sweep, which is down here, and this is automated. Automated the cutoff, I think it's. And then we have, as I said earlier, reverb and delay over here. And then I use this already finished, what can you say, a mastering preset in Logic. I have done some changes to it. I have done some changes to the exciter. I increased it a little bit to make it sound a bit more bright. And I also increased, let's see here, I did increase it a little bit on the limiter, and yeah, that's basically it. I also have added some effects on the bass. I have also added some effects. For example, on the melody here I added some saturation, which is played by this plugin, Distortion, and I also automated the drive knob there. Just to give it some bite. I also have some automation on this track. That's basically filter cutoff, and on the Alchemy synth I also use filter mix in some cases. And this builds the basis of this track. So as I said earlier, this track is running on Logic Pro 10.4.7. If you are going to download this template, you have to make sure you are able to run this version of Logic on your Mac. I am running macOS Catalina on this Mac you're seeing right here, but this is not supported by Apple. I am using a patch by the name of DoStud, which makes it possible to install macOS Catalina on this Mac. As you can see here, it's a 2.4 GHz Core 2 Duo, and it has 4 GB of memory. It's not that much, and it's able to play this track at least. So that's a quick overview of this track, and I think it shows that you don't need the most powerful Mac out there to begin music production. Obviously, if I wanted to add some more tracks here, I would have to freeze them, and it may slow down your workflow, but it still would work. So if you have a guitar and you just want to sing, have a few tracks, basically any Mac you can buy today will work with this. So, hope you liked it. Let's get back to my face. So, I hope you liked this video. I think it's interesting to see what you can do with some old hardware if you try to optimize it a little bit. If you want to download the template, you can buy it on my website. You're also welcome to subscribe to this channel and click the like button on this video. It really helps, and it motivates me to make more content like this. Have a great day, and I will talk to you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.